he had a loan. Yes, he had 3 cars at one time. He had a Chevrolet, and he had a little car with a dicky in the back. You know a dicky?
No, what's a dicky?
Where it's a little car that goes like this. There's a bit of a back to it, and then you go up and there's a roof and down and out to the front, which was a Swift. And there were 2 seats in the front.
Right.
And then there was the dicky where you lifted up a sort of lid at the back, and this opened out 2 seats.
Wow.
And by each mudguard at the back there was a little step. And so you took a step up onto that and you swung into the dicky.
Oh. A cabin like.
Yeah, and it was open to the winds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because the lid was the back was the lid. And yes, it was the Swift. There was one other man, our local clergyman in the 30s, was a man called Long, and he had one, and he raced. My father and himself were great on cars, and they had a race. And my father won one race, and then a backward race up a steep hill.
A backward race.
The clergyman reversed up it. And you see, in reverse is the highest, the fastest gear you can get over a short distance, isn't it?
It's it's reverse.
And anyway, he reversed up the hill and he beat my father. Yeah, but he had 3 cars, and there was a firm in Dublin, Mac and Taggart.
Right.
There's an artist chap who was at St. Columbus called Mac and Taggart. Mac and Taggart delivered a car down to Cool Row, a Citroen. I remember it, a blue Citroen, and it was sent down. 2 cars came down, and my father had ordered this Citroen. And the driver of the Citroen, the other chap in the other car, went back to Dublin. They had a day out, and that was his extravagance.
So we dabbled in.
He got rid of all his money, and my mother was very cross about it all, and said, there he is, helping people to buy cows, buying cars, losing a farm, and not contributing
To the family.
to the family, to the education fees.
Right.
And I remember one day he promised faithfully. He went off in the morning at about 10 o'clock into Tinahely, and he promised faithfully he'd be back at 1 o'clock and drive 3 of us back to Newtown with my mother and the 3 chaps at the back, and then there was a luggage grid at the back outside and a trunk with all our clothes and everything else in it for the term. And he said, I'll be back at 1 o'clock. Mamie was my mother. Mamie, you can rely on me, I'll be back. He didn't. Didn't turn up. So we had to go down to the local village of Coolboy and ask a chap there called Harry Monks, would he drive us back to school? And so he came up and he drove the Citroen, and we went back to Newtown. In those days, you see, that was a very big journey. It was to Carnew, to Enniscorthy, and on to Waterford. It took about 3 hours.
Wow.
And so, anyway, that was the way life went on. And